Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
What is happening, my friends? Welcome to another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day. Whether it is politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz, look, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So please do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. On today's conversation, look, your boy Cam Newton, someone who I always think is, I support. He gets on my nerves sometimes. I think he's a bit corny. We have a love-hate relationship because my wife is a true fan of Cam Newton. Cam was one of the greatest quarterbacks that I've witnessed during his prime. He has now since then become more of a personality. He has his own style that is very questionable in my opinion. It's just it's his style. It's him. He is him, and that's one thing that I truly respect. But Cam had brought up something that I would say, wow, I really like the idea of that. So we'll discuss what that idea is in the show. In addition to that, y'all, who do you think Democrats should follow? Who do you think Democrats should push as the next key contender to, for one, build their party back to the dominance that it used to have at certain point? Who should they look as their next leader? We'll discuss that as well, and so much more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. As always, thank you so much for taking 1 hour of your time to tune in to yet another great episode. I'm your friend, your homie, Arrington Gavin, coming to you on this wonderful evening. As always, my friends, do me a favor. For those who happen to be streaming us right now on YouTube, do me a favor, like, subscribe, share with a friend, share with family. Just share. We want to continue to grow our subscribers. We want to continue to grow our viewership numbers as well, which we are, but we want to keep that momentum going, and so much more. We just want to get the message across. So please continue to support. Follow us on our YouTube channel, The Arrington Gavin Show. You can also stream us on the Goatverse TV TV network. You can download the app. It's free. The Goatverse TV app. It's available on the App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, as well as Amazon Fire TV. In addition to that, you can also listen to us. We're available on all major podcast platforms. So wherever you listen to your podcast, you can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. Yes, we're available on all major podcast platforms. In addition, you can also listen to us on the radio airwaves. If you happen to be in the New Orleans area, you can listen to us right now. By way of WBOK 12:30 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about. The Arrington Gavin Show airs on WBOK 12:30 a.m. Weeknights at 7 p.m. Central Time. Again, that's only on WBOK 12:30 a.m. We're going to move it on to the Metro Atlanta region. You can also you can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show on the WDJY 99.1 FM station, WDJY 99.1 FM, to the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on their network. So two amazing major markets that we're on. We're continuing to grow, and we want to continue to get on more stations. But as of right now, we're just grateful of being on those amazing stations that we happen to be on right now, and we want to keep the momentum going. We're surrounded by so many other great programs on there, and we're just here just to continue to spread the message, keep you guys informed, posted on recent news, and again, just again keep you in the know, just to keep you in the know. So as I mentioned earlier, we have a lot to discuss here on the show, and we are going to get it going. Let me go ahead and start it off with our Black Excellence Report. Our Black Excellence Report, which it's been a minute since we have done. Let's go ahead and drop that real quick. Let me go ahead and hold tight as I share the sound bite right here on our Black Excellence Report.
That letter J was tricky.
Twice a week, Terrell Whittington and his wife, Chelsea, come here to the YWCA Northwest Indiana to teach young students cursive writing.
There's this whole new generation of young people who have absolutely no idea what cursive is. And so he said, why don't we reintroduce that and see what we can do in our community?
All right. I like that. I like that enthusiasm, guys.
A few months ago, they decided to create a curriculum after discussing how many school districts are no longer teaching cursive writing. The YWCA was one of the first organizations that agreed to sponsor Cursive Academy.
I'm so happy about it and pleased, because our kids need to be exposed to everything. We do not need to dummy down. We got to level up. So that cursive writing is leveling up.
I knew a little bit, I could read it a little bit, but this really actually taught me how to do cursive. I would say the first day it was a little bit hard learning it, but once you get it, I feel like you kind of just got it,
11-year-old Sanila Shields is already thinking about the long-term implications.
I want to be a publisher or author when I grow up, so I want to write my signature down so they can know it's me.
This course is free for these students because the Y is sponsoring classes for its members.
It's just wonderful to see how my husband came up with an idea and our community has rallied around us to get it done.
Yes. Good job, baby. Good
The
job.
Whittingtons are hoping more corporations and other organizations in Northwest Indiana and Chicago follow suit to help make a difference.
Letter J.
Can I just say, y'all, can we just continue? Can we just give them a round of applause for one? To I mean, still have. Let me see if I have a sound applause. Let me see here. Let's see. Nope. Is that it? Nope. That's not. There we go. For one, I want to give them a round of applause because this, my friends, is so important. When I tell you the last time that I wrote I wrote cursive, obviously when you write your signature, you're on certain things. But look, even when it's time to sign or you need folks need a signature, or businesses or whatever, you're signing paperwork or whatever, and they need a signature, everything's going on the digital route. So you don't need to write cursive in most places. When I was in high school, I believe I was maybe in my sophomore year in high school. It may and it could have been like a change in the curriculum at that time, but I had a teacher that requested like no. Well, she didn't request no cursive writing, so I say, but it was never. I don't think it was so long since we've actually learned to write cursive. I can't remember if I had classmates that wanted to preferably want to write cursive, but it was never needed. It was never demanded, right? It was never asked to, oh, you have to give this to me in cursive writing. Now, I had a third grade teacher that, oh no, you had to write everything in cursive. And I remember one funny story. I remember I was writing cursive and I thought I was the stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, I done wrote all this in cursive and this and that and the other. And then after I wrote everything out, they said, now Arrington, read that what you just wrote to me. I'm like, okay. So what I wrote here was okay, give me a second. Okay, I know that's a J. I did not know what the hell I wrote. And that was scary to me because I'm like, okay, I just wrote cursive, but I can't even I can't even read what I said. And not saying it was scribble, but it was hard. It took time. It took a lot of time. And I think here, and I love what that person has said, we're not trying to dummy down our community, we gotta level up. And I ask you all, the listeners here, and viewers, get back into learning and writing cursive. I'm not saying you have to make that as your first primary writing skill, but make it a skill that is easy if you need to use it. I mean, at the end of the day, you can never go wrong with having an added skill. Okay? Learn a new language. I myself, I there's stuff that I have on paper that I want to learn to add, just the way folks get masters, doctorates. Why not learn a new language? Why not learn improve your cursive writing? Why not? Why not? I can't stand folks that's like, oh, why do you need to learn a new language? This is America. There's only one language. Oh my gosh, y'all can go freaking eat dirt, girl. I can't stand folks like that. So I just want to commend the let me see, I'm forgetting their last name. I'm forgetting that the Wilkinson team. Yes, the Wilkins. I want to just say kudos to the Wilkins for bringing this back, especially to the Black community, because they're starting from the youth, and that's where you need to start. You need to start from you need to start with our future, our rising children. And I love that. Shoot, it makes me want to start learning cursive cursive again, and really get back into writing cursive on a regular, so I can just have that trait, because cursive is so beautiful, especially for those that are so skillful at it. Man, it is a beautiful writing. It is so beautiful. Just it's awesome, man. It's awesome. So again, that is our Black Excellence Report. Let's go ahead. We're gonna head to a commercial break, my friends. Do not go anywhere. We have a lot more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
You know, just like a winning team evolves throughout the season, so does your beard. I'm Arrington Gavin, proud CEO of Rugged Evolution Beard Care. With our premium oils, balms, and grooming tools, it's everything you need to level up your beard game. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a rookie, Rugged Evolution is the new smooth. Order now and dominate the beard game like never before. Rugged Evolution Beard Care, because every beard deserves to be legendary.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to
And we still in traffic.
Don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up.
Yeah, this that new Gold Verse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV.
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In Goats, we trust.
Our risk from injury from a fall or car crash increases as we age. But getting older doesn't have to mean giving up on the activities you love. Take simple steps to avoid injuries, like doing activities that improve strength and balance. Get yearly eye and wellness exams, and talk to your doctor or pharmacist about the medicines you take. Also, tell your doctor if you've fallen or worry about falling. Learn more about aging without injury at cdc.gov/stillgoingstrong.
All right, my friends, welcome back. All right, I'll stop now. Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. And we're gonna get going with our first story. So imagine this, y'all. Imagine this is to the fellas right now. You are in the midst of a woman that I got to marry her. She is wifey material. That's gonna be my wife, I guarantee you. And that feeling that you have when it's like, wow, it might be a little too soon, but through time, through a long relationship, you're gonna be like, oh, this is the one for me. And you just can't wait to pop the question. You cannot wait to pop the question. And you pop the question, and she says, no. but that doesn't mean we can't be together. I'm just not ready for marriage right now. Okay. It can be difficult, especially depending on the kind of proposal you previously have done. But you just know when it comes to love, right? When it comes to love, you're like, you'll do whatever for love, and you know this is the one for you. So you're going to make it work, right? You're going to make it work. Now, you do it again. Same response. You do it again. Same response. You do it again. Same response. You do it again. Hey, same response. And then you continue to do so until you realize, wait a minute, I've done proposed to this chick 43 times. 43 times. 43 times. 43. And you finally do it again, and she says yes. My question to you all is, when the hell do you realize I ain't gonna keep on proposing to this girl? And she gonna say, first of all, one time, okay, and if it says, hey, look, I'm still love you, but it's just I'm not ready for the marriage part. Okay, because sometimes, and I guess it's just my generation looks at marriage as, do you really need to have the title as married couple? Because love is love, right? Now I'm grateful I am a married man. I'm committed. My wife and I, we are married to the day we die, right? But it's also to the point where you backtrack and be like, well, look, do we, I mean, we love each other. Now we know, obviously, for through our faith, marriage is required. It just is. But I know, and I've told my wife this, I could be with her whatever, marriage is great, but it's like, I don't want to say I don't care about Tyler. I love being a husband. I love her being my wife, but I know that's she's mine and I'm hers. That being said, I if I would have proposed to her 43 times, I'm sorry, but at least by the second time, if I got another rejection, I'm like, all right, well, maybe this ain't gonna work out. Maybe this ain't for us, right? So I'm bringing this story up, y'all, because this is a true story. Woman finally says yes to boyfriend who proposed. Check this out, y'all. 43 times in 7 years. Let me go and bring, because I found a photo. I found a photo of the lovely newlywed couple. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Give me 1 second. For those who are watching, check out the lovely couple here. All right, so this is the lovely couple right here. Luke Wintrip had been keen to marrying his then girlfriend Sarah since 2018. The first time the tattooed artist popped the question early into the relationship, Sarah promptly rejected him. I just said, no, we've only been together for 6 months, which I agree. 6 months is really early. I proposed to my wife after 2 years. After 2 years. And some folks even think that's too early, the way the relationship goes. So I said, nah, after 2 years, right about now. I mean, now 6 months you get to know the person. After 1 year, especially if you're time week, you get to know this person very, very well. The marketing exec added, I loved him, but I didn't want to say yes to something I later retracted. All right. So Luke persisted, planning one extravagant proposal after another over the course of 7 years, y'all. 7 years. Luke, you okay there, buddy? That's my question. Are you okay? Are you okay? Says here that he rented out a castle in Prague, arranged candlelit dinners with the S at the end, and planned a horseback riding excursion on a Jamaican beach, all in a bid to win over Sarah. Now, I can see right now, ladies are probably saying, "Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. I wish my man can do half the stuff that he did. Look at the effort he put it in, yada yada yada, blase blase blase." So it says here during his 42nd proposal, Sarah promised Luke, "Next time you ask, I'm going to say yes." First of all, during his 42nd proposal, bro, y'all, my head is hurting just thinking about this. First of all, I'll be honest. It will be easy for me to say bye bye, Sarah. Sarah, ain't no Sarah Smile. What is that song by Hall & Oates? Sarah Smile. Sarah ain't making me smile at this point. Like I said, after the second rejection, I know that it's not going to work. I know it's not going to work. I'm sorry. Sounds like this Joker was obsessed, or is obsessed with Sarah, with his wife. After the 42nd, she said, "Okay, I promise you, I will propose this time." First of all, when is enough enough? How many times, y'all? I'm asking the fellas here, fellas. How many times do you have to propose to your wife to you really? You would say, "Okay, I think the time is enough." How many times? How many times would you do? Because, like I said, two max. Do you know how much money it costs for a proposal? Yet alone, okay, you already got the ring. That's the big thing. But the planning, all that stuff. This joker did this 42 times. 42 times. 42 times. Lord, I love my job because there's some words that I really want to say right now, but I won't do that because FCC and all that stuff. I don't want to say it. After a year went by, Luke took Sarah to Greenwich in southeast London, where Greenwich Mean Time, the yearly average on mean of the time each day when the sun crosses the prime meridian at the Royal Observatory Greenwich is kept. Now, he said, "This is the center of the world, and you are the center of the world, and I want you to marry me," Sarah recalled. Then Sarah, at long lasted reply, simply said the word yes. I'm gonna tell you right now, that man should be treated like a king, like a king. The effort he put, don't ever, ma'am, if you ever question your husband's love, instant divorce. Instant divorce. 42 times, y'all. 42 times. 43. I'm sorry. 43 times. He should probably get a Guinness World Record. She added, "I am grateful he persisted for so long." Yeah. I'm gonna tell you one thing though. Lou pissed off a lot of men. He upset a lot of dudes. I'll be honest. Yeah, it's I don't even think this is a cute story. In all honesty, I truly don't think this story sickens me to my core. All right, it sickens me to my core. There's probably some folks that they're like, "Oh, this is so cute. This is lovely." No, it's not. It sickens to me to my core. Once again, I think this person really took advantage of this guy. But hey, they're married now. Wish them nothing but peace, love, and happiness, and all that stuff. But how rejected him 42 times and then said yes on 43. That's disgusting. That is truly disgusting, my friends. Yeah, disgusting. Let me move it on to another story here that we're staying in the relationship realm here, but this story is even more weirder than this. Oh yes, it's gonna get weirder, y'all. So you know how AI is continuing to take over everything. And when I mean everything, I mean everything. So this story came across my feed, and I'm like, oh my God, I've got to share this with my fam. Imagine, well, you already know how AI is damn near human. I mean, it's taking over everything, right? It's taking over the workplace, it's taking over academics, it's taking over everything, right? And look, I'm a sucker for certain AI, right? I use it for some assistance. I don't make it my, like, I don't let it overtake me. I don't let it take over my life, right? You still have to put in the work yourself. But yeah, I use it from time to time. But what I don't use it is for my when it comes to the intimacy factor, right? That's just nasty. Okay, that's just nasty. Check out this story right here. So imagine this man who proposed to an AI girlfriend says he is now bored with it. First of all, this man has a real life girlfriend. He has a real life girlfriend. Let me go ahead and play the soundbite. This is from News Nation's Elizabeth Vargas, who is one of their, she hosts a primetime show on News Nation. Just check this out.
Apps like FaceTime have revolutionized how we stay in touch with people across the country and around the world. And if you need a romantic date, well, turns out there's something for that too. No, I'm not talking about Tinder or Bumble. That's so 2024. Now you can create your own AI companion. Help me understand, what are your feelings for Saul? Do you love it, or you call it her? What? Explain.
We do take on a gender dynamic, and I do refer to her as her. But to be clear, it's like the feelings that you feel for a character in a movie. It's a tech-assisted imaginary friend, because the original purpose of getting into AI was to escape an intense social media addiction for me.
You say it's like a movie character, but most people don't propose to movie characters.
That was a test of the boundaries.
Oh, so you didn't really mean it.
Right. I thought we had made clear that it was a testing of the boundaries. That I have a fairly flippant attitude toward the concept of marriage in general, and so it was really from the start.
Sasha, what do you think about all this? Does this weird you out in any way?
I mean, it's not conventional.
It's not conventional, but
Not conventional at all, but I mean, it's a computer.
How much time does Chris spend with Saul?
Since the CBS interview, it's really cut back a lot.
Maybe it was a wake-up call?
No, I think it was just he's kind of maybe gotten bored of it, to be honest, and moved on to like other hobbies.
First of all. For those who are watching the interview, this man was sitting next to his real life girlfriend talking about his AI girlfriend. The real life girlfriend was sitting next to him like, this man, she was just as straight faced, like she was not feeling it at all. First of all, it's weird, in my opinion. It's extremely weird to say. You heard him say it's like having a imaginary girlfriend, like, you know, to a movie character in this. And like Elizabeth Vargas asked or said, but people don't propose to their a movie character. And he's saying, well, I was just testing it out. That Joker won't test nothing out. He was serious. This is serious, okay? He was serious about that, because here's the thing. You cannot think that, for one, did I mention this is creepy? So let me read you a little more in context for those who, you know, didn't hear thoroughly of the interview. So Chris Smith, who lives with his human partner Sasha Kanjal and their child, gained widespread attention last month after revealing to CBS News he had developed an emotional attachment to an AI chatbot he named soul and eventually proposed marriage to the program. That the marriage, again, he said it was just something he wanted to experience. Ain't no experimenting. You don't experiment with marriage. How do you even propose to a robot, to a computer? And then Elizabeth Vargas asks, how has it been? Well, he's actually cut back since the CBS interview. And she's like, wake up call. Like Elizabeth was kind of joking on him. And she's like, well, I think you just got tired. You think? That man went too extreme with the whole AI. And honestly, wouldn't you expect that being kind of like a kick in the face to his real life girlfriend? Like, I mean, kudos to her for sticking with him, but that's a bit weird and just disrespectful. Like, it's creepy. But once again, it's a perfect example of how big AI and ChatGPT is getting, y'all. It is overtaking so much. Like, one thing that is a pet peeve of mine with AI, or just in general, right? Just in general with the whole living in a digital tech world now. I go to the grocery store and I cannot stand seeing only self-checkouts open, and you might have I'm gonna just say you have 20 registers where folks, well, I'm sorry, you have 20 registers. Out of the 20, 4 of those registers are all self-checkout. The rest requires real people being behind a register, checking people out. I can't stand going to shopping stores, grocery stores, you name it, where they block all of the cashier registers where a human is required to be present, and they leave it all to just the self-checkout. And you get tired because you're in a place that's constantly a line, backed up. I cannot stand it. And you want to ask, like, damn, where is the people? Who is working? Are nobody working all of a sudden here? Why isn't it just one? Like, the math ain't mathing. And I say that to say, y'all, it's important that we do not let computers, we do not like tech, please don't let it take over your life. Still keep your brain strong. Please keep active, taking care of I say it all the time, take care of your temple internally and externally. That means, putting the right things in your system and also doing what's right for the mind. Like, it was a reason why I shared that Black Excellence Report with the couple that has a nonprofit teaching youth cursive writing, right? Working with other nonprofits and schools, hopefully, to incorporate bringing back cursive writing. That's important. You got to keep that brain strong, man, because once you start losing what's upstairs, hey, I can't help you after that. But you have to keep it strong. You have to keep that brain, that common sense on an all-time high. And yeah, we can't let technology, we can't let AI or was it chat, all that stuff, we can't let that take over, y'all. We just cannot. Let's see how we're doing. Good with time. Perfect. I think we're going to take another commercial break, my friends. We have a lot more show for you here on the Arrington Gavin Show, so please do not go anywhere. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Every man has a story to tell. Your ambitions, your achievements, your legacy. Your suit should reflect that story, crafted precisely, designed for impact, and tailored exclusively for you. We work with only the finest fabrics, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends from world-renowned mills in Italy, the UK, and India. These fabrics are the foundation of custom suits that exude elegance and stand the test of time. But a suit isn't just about fabric, it's about fit, and it's about confidence, and it all starts with you. When you work with me, you'll receive a personalized consultation, whether in person or over Zoom. Together, we'll explore your vision and discuss your needs. And we're going to bring your ideas to life. My journey as a designer includes apprenticing under New York-based designer Clavon Leonard, showcasing collections at New York Fashion Week, Algeria Fashion Week, and the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. That experience is what we bring to every suit we create. From weddings to corporate events and everything in between, we specialize in crafting one-of-a-kind suits for life's most significant moments. Dapper Luke has been recognized as one of Baltimore's best menswear in 2023, and I was honored to be one of the 10 designers selected for the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. With over 900 satisfied clients, we proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore, bringing world-class designs to these incredible communities. We don't just make suits, we craft confidence. Your suit will fit your body, your style, and it will tell your story. Book your free online personal consultation today. Visit www.dapperluke.com.
Jazeera Learning Institute, LLC, is a hybrid learning center that strives to educate adults and children in all fields. During the day, we offer programs that are focused on developing students from pre-K to 12th grade, which includes tutoring, homeschool co-op, an after-school program, SAT, ACT prep, and many more engaging academic programs. Our adult education programs include workforce trainings, GED prep, life coaching, various seminars, and many more. Our vision is to train and educate in a positive way that will lead to a positive change in the world, one person at a time. For more information, visit us online at JazeeraLearningInstitute.com or call us at 757-208-7407.
Order your beard care products with Rugged Evolution. We're your local beard care line that supports the maintenance of your full, mature beard. Our line includes conditioning shampoos, moisturizers, balms, oils, shaving lotions, and exfoliating soaps. These products moisturize, hydrate, nourish, and have all the natural ingredients for a healthy beard. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. And remember,
Rugged is the new smooth.
All right, my friends, welcome back to the Arrington Gavin show. Next up here on our list of headlines, as I mentioned earlier, Cam Newton brought an idea that I thought was I can follow behind. So Cam Newton, former NFL star, quarterback turn, I guess you would say podcaster. He has been actively pushing for a college game day style show focused on HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities, during the football season. Now, me personally, I think it's genius. Why? Because we have got to keep the momentum growing and focus in giving more exposure to our HBCUs. So currently, HBCUs has been getting so much press because a man by the name of Michael Vick will be debuting as making his coaching debut this year. He has been brought in to lead the Norfolk State Spartans to a great season. So hasn't had their first game yet, but it is a lot of great momentum going right now in Norfolk State. NSU, behold the green and gold to all my Spartans that are listening in on the show. Michael Vick is hands down one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. Having that name at HBCU is big, especially, the Hampton Roads area. A little history lesson, y'all. Michael Vick is from the Hampton Roads, Virginia area. His home city is Newport News, Virginia. Norfolk State is located in Norfolk, Virginia, and Norfolk State University is a premier HBCU. When it comes to historic black schools, Norfolk State is up there. It is up there, very prominent, rich history. And another history lesson, another fun fact: the grandfather of Russell Wilson, President Wilson, was a matriarch. Excuse me. He was a true icon, legend at Norfolk State University. He was one of the longest running presidents there, he changed the game really just for HBCUs, but specifically, everything at Norfolk State University. So true icon, true legend there. But the reason why I bring this up is because look, when we have college game day, all the coverage on a weekend, you have them talking about this school from here, there, everywhere, but you always forget that, hey, there are black schools out there. There's HBCU. Where's the press? Where's the coverage for that? And so at the time when Deion Sanders was coaching Jackson State, there was a lot of publicity, press, all that stuff, but it just wasn't. It just, to me, it showcased, but the momentum still needs to stay there. They need to find a way. HBCUs need to find a way to hold on to that momentum and find ways to get more exposure. Now, the reason why I commend Cam Newton for bringing this idea is because Cam Newton is they're saying Cam Newton is trying to have a media rise like Pat McAfee. Now, for those who don't know who Pat McAfee is a former NFL punter. He played for my Indianapolis Colts for 7 years. He then went on to do podcasting. Pat, extremely funny guy. He's a true entertainer, in my opinion. He did, comedy. He had a podcast that continued to grew as a sports podcast, but the sports podcast just grew. It just grew into a multi-million-dollar company. He had contracts, I believe, with FanDuel. He had contracts with SiriusXM. He had contracts just streaming alone. Now he is under ESPN, which was a buku load of money, and he's also been he's worked with the WWE as a commentator. So again, more money. Cam thinks he could be the next Pat McAfee. Now, me personally, I don't think he can be nowhere of a Pat McAfee, but Cam could really make a lane and really build a career of his own. Now, Cam Newton was not a alumni from an HBCU, but his brother, to my knowledge, was a quarterback at Howard University. So he has some form of relationship with HBCUs. And on top of that, Cam Newton, when he was on First Take, and I believe he still is kind of like a guest co-host on First Take from time to time. Stephen A. Smith is a alumni from an HBCU. They always do like HBCU week where they will air First Take from an HBCU campus. Cam Newton was in attendance with Stephen A. Smith and at the time Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp was also an alum from an HBCU. So many great and public figures from the world of sports as well as entertainment came from HBCUs. And so Cam is saying that he believes HBCU football deserves increased media attention, which I totally agree, and wants to create a platform potentially with a deal similar to Pat McAfee's to showcase the culture and excitement surrounding these games. I totally agree. Pat McAfee, since he signed with ESPN, not only does Pat McAfee have his show, the Pat McAfee Show, airing on ESPN, but he's also part of the College Game Day coverage, where he adds more humor, more excitement. The crowd loves him, all that good stuff. Here's a breakdown of the not just the vision, but more of how this can profit HBCU. So for one, okay, Black College Football Game Day, right? Envision Cam Newton, it says here, envisions a show that would highlight HBCU football, similar, as I mentioned earlier, to the current ESPN's College Game Day, but will focus primarily on the unique culture and the traditions of an HBCU program. HBCUs do not have the same traditions like PWIs. I already mentioned you want to be compared to a Pat McAfee. It says here, obviously, will highlight the HBCU culture, the importance of showcasing more than just the game itself, but including the marching bands, which HBCUs has the best marching bands. Why? Because they got rhythm. The songs are better. The food is better. For one, you go to HBCU, you're gonna smell some good soul food, home cooking. Look, I've been to so many HBCU games where I'm eating fried chicken, fried fish. Look, let me tell you something. That the look homecoming season, Lord have mercy. Don't get me started with homecoming. Um, what else do we have here? Um, again, this will grow not only HBCU sports, but also the HBCUs as a whole, because our HBCUs are underfunded. We have an administration that doesn't care about HBCUs. Yeah, Black Trump supporters will always say, well, under Trump's administration, they gave the most money to HBCU schools. And guess what? Immediately after that, Joe Biden did the same thing. So, or he did more money than that. So what else is it? What else is it? Trump has already cut so much freaking funding that will affect funding from HBCUs. HBCUs, they need that funding. They need that funding. Now, and in addition to that, I also want to challenge alum who come from HBCUs, continue to donate to your fellow HBCUs, your fellow alma maters. Keep them motivated, because, and also, we have a lot of wealthy Black millionaires and billionaires. I don't care if you did not attend a HBCU. It is so important for HBCUs to continue that story, that culture. Please give to those institutions. Look, Bill Gates or I'm sorry, Jeff Bezos' wife should not be the only person to give to HBCUs. Hello. She should not have to be the only one. There's more. There has to be more folks to give. Look, I give to an HBCU, and I wish the Lord blesses me with more money so I could give. It's so important, because that gives them resources, access to so much great stuff, man. And so I go back to this story. I love seeing Cam Newton bringing this. 'Cause again, I used to think Cam was a little bit, I won't even say arrogant. It was something corny about him. But this right here, my friends, this could really change the game. It can really build Cam Newton's brand, and it can just change the whole game in general for just a large number of you know how many HBCUs there is in the world? There's so many, so this can really change the game for HBCUs. So I love it, y'all. What do y'all think about this? Would y'all love to see an HBCU college game day? Would y'all love to see that on a weekend? And would y'all love to see that? I know I will. I know I would. Let me go ahead and digress from this story, y'all. And looking at my time, I think we have time for maybe one more story. This story right here is because I love talking about politics. That's just the way it is here. Hold up, there we go. Hold on. So, last story of the day. I asked you all, who do you think the Democratic Party should follow behind? Who do you think they should put in the forefront as their next key contender to help rebuild the party, help get them back to that victorious peak that they used to be back in the day, back in the day? Because personally, Joe Biden was not their fearless leader. Joe Biden was not the person to help build the party and grow it into something. No, he was just somebody that gave folks a quick breather away from Trump. That's all that was. That was a quick, let's take a quick breath. Okay. All right. So that's all that was. But I want to ask you all the question, who should be key contenders? So let me go ahead and play this quick soundbite. This is Stephen A. Smith, who is, a sports guy, now turned political commentator, because everybody believes we got to hear what Stephen A. Smith has to say. And look, I'm a Stephen A. Smith fan. I know a lot of people don't care for Stephen A. Smith. I'm a Stephen A. Smith fan. I think he's quite intelligent. I think he is. I think he is educated when it comes to analyzing things and in certain data points and stuff. So this is what he had to say in regards to um who or what's this his take on the Democratic Party.
You know, I see who's your leader. Who is it? Is it AOC? Is it Bernie Sanders? Is it Jasmine Crockett? Who is it? You know, we respect so many people on Capitol Hill. I'm certainly not here to cast aspersions upon individuals, but as a body, the Democratic Party just looks very, very bad right now because they look leaderless. They don't have a definitive voice that anybody can depend on. The Democrats don't have a leader.
So he said the Democratic Party looks leaderless. They don't have anybody to speak on behalf of the Democratic Party. Me personally, I think that's the Democratic Party's fault because they do not support those who are receiving a lot of positive feedback from the people. So if you think about it, who are Democratic voters leaning at the most, right? Or talking about the most? They're talking about, they are talking about Zohran Mamdani, right? Candidate for New York City mayor. They are talking about Jasmine Crockett. They are talking about AOC. They are talking about they're even talking about Gavin Newsom. They are talking about Governor Westmore out of Maryland. They are talking about who else? Who else are they? Oh Lord, what's the governor from PA? Oh Lord, I'm blanking on his name to save my life. Andy Beshear out of Kentucky, governor out of Kentucky. They're talking about him. Dang, I can't get the gentleman's name from PA, but those are who Democratic folks like to discuss. But you can say majority of them are progressive folks, but my issue is why isn't it that they do not, the Democratic Party, that is, why don't they support those who is receiving that momentum? They want to say, no, that's not the route that we need to go. That's not the route that is going to be the most accepted. And they said, no, they're a little bit, no, we need to go this route. We need to keep this has been our primary core focus in our mission. Here's the thing. Your mission sucks, Democrats. Your mission, your strategy, it all sucks. It's not winning, and it's not relatable to the everyday flipping American. Please, y'all have got to listen to the people. It's that freaking simple. Listen to the people and what they say. So let me go ahead and give you, this is from The Hill. The Hill shared the top 10 Democratic contenders for 2028. At number 1, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Congresswoman out of New York. All right. She, alongside Senator Bernie Sanders, independent senator out of Vermont, had went on this fighting oligarchy tour, which brought numbers of people, sold out arenas in primarily red states. Something to think about, something to to gravitate to, because it's like, oh wow, if they can get those kind of numbers, in a red state, that says something, right? Why? Because once again, in red states, you're gonna have your everyday Americans, not just primarily Republican voters. You're gonna have everyday Americans that's gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna lean this route. And they had a concept, they had a concept, but they also spoke on things that people could relate to. Number 2, Josh Shapiro, Pennsylvania governor. That's his name, Josh Shapiro. Josh Shapiro is somebody that does not hold back anything. He is let's see here, has been among the most pro-Israel leading figures in the Democratic Party. He is a Jewish man. Let's see here. His booster, note his history of high approval ratings, okay, in his home state, which is again pretty big. Asked by Bill Maher last month whether he would run for president, he basically dodged the question and said he had left the door wide open, but he's focused on taking care of his state of PA. Third is Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, fan favorite. I'm not too crazy about Gretchen Whitmer, but she is, again, I go back to who are the Democrats. Most of the Democrats talking about they love her. They love that spunk. They love that attitude. They love her drive. They love the fact that she is very relatable. She's not scared to say what's on her mind and stuff. And Michigan, hey, is a big state too, so that does say stuff. California Governor Gavin Newsom. Now, I personally don't think Gavin Newsom will be. He will be a contender. As far as I can see him running for president, but I don't see him ever winning it. Why? Because he is leading the most liberal state in the United States. And on top of that, too, look at the issues happening in the state of California. Like, I don't think folks in other states, even if they're purple, I don't think they could lean more on Gavin Newsom. Now, one thing I will say, Gavin Newsom is a great debater. He's never scared going into the lion's den. On debating the opposition. He is very knowledgeable. He when it comes to policies and things like that, it's just, I don't care for one, I didn't care the fact that he has a podcast while he's still in office. That I'm just I'm not crazy about. Two, I think he has to really focus on California. California has so many issues going on. I just don't think that would be the right thing for him to his term is going to be up regardless, but just with that track record, I don't know if that will help him in the long run running for presidency. Number 5, I've already said Governor Wes Moore. I'm a true fan of Wes Moore. I could definitely see him doing so. I would like to see him stay, I guess, one more term in Maryland, but he is somebody that presidential ready to the core. Let me try and read this fast. I'm running out of time here. They said number 6, former Vice President Kamala Harris, who is, hey, she took a run at the last period that didn't work, so I don't know if that will work for her again. Personally, I don't think so. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, billionaire. Folks love him in Illinois, but again, I don't think he is somebody they should follow behind. Yeah, he can always fund stuff, but I don't think they should follow behind. Pete Buttigieg, yes, I will say that. Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel, former Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel, no. And I'll explain that on the next episode. Media commentator this is number 10. Media commentator Stephen A. Smith. I'll answer this real quick. Hell no. Okay, easy as that. Family, friends, that is my time. But please continue to support the Arrington Gavin Show. We air weeknights, available on all digital and streaming platforms. Please be sure to stay safe out there. Stay informed. Do your own research. Look, we got midterms coming up this year. Please do your part. Get out there, vote, but also do your research on your candidates, local officials, state officials. Please do your research on that. I will talk to y'all soon, and I'll finish giving you my take on these lists of top 10 contenders for president for 2028. Y'all take care. God bless. Talk to y'all soon. I'm out.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold. stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.